Russ Show, the number one rated pregame intermission postgame show decided this is the South of the Arctic Circle, north of the equator, and west of Morocco. I'm Russ Joy, intern Andrew on the ones and twos. Bundy's doing pregame radio. He'll be here for first intermission, second intermission, postgame, and at the end of pregame to give us the keys to the game. But I'm joined by none other right now than Jackie Spiegel. Jackie, the pride of Yonkers. How are you?
It's not even part of New York City.
Yonkers.
I'm good. I'm good, Russ. How are you?
Delightful. It's a beautiful evening. The Philadelphia Flyers are about to take the ice against the San Jose Sharks, a team that tore it down and have some pretty promising centers.
Yes.
Not that that's a larger narrative or an indictment on the Flyers rebuild.
Well, can I tell you this morning?
I would love
when we were talking to Rick Tocchet for pregame.
Oh, we have to talk about Tocchet.
I was going to ask a question about, is this a trap game? And then I started scrolling down looking for where the Sharks are in the standings, and I went all the way down to the bottom. I'm like, well, they're not there.
They're not there.
They're actually in a playoff spot right now.
They are what? Is it 14?
The second
14,
wild card.
14, 13, and 3. I believe is what they are. Let me do a little check here.
They're definitely the second wild card.
13, 13, and 3.
That's pretty good.
I mean, good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them. It must be nice to have centers.
It's that Ryan Ellis contract that really pushed them over the edge.
It must be nice to have centers. It must be. I wouldn't know, but it must be nice. I saw. By the way, I'm being told to take my sweater off in the comments. I think that's a pretty inappropriate thing.
That's inappropriate.
That's inappropriate. Demanding that one of the people on the show
do people think
remove their sweater. I don't know.
Jeez.
It's not behind a paywall. Now, if we did YouTube memberships, maybe show a little wrist. Hey, watch out. All right, now, we have to get into tonight's game. But you mentioned Rick Tocchet.
Yes.
Can we have a conversation really quickly?
Sure.
There was a quote going around from Rick Tocchet.
He had many quotes the other day.
And he had a quote about the fourth line of the team.
Yes.
And I got
many quotes about the fourth line.
I got a text from none other than Anthony SanFilippo, who's down doing the winter meetings, which means he's down there, probably fanning Dave Dombrowski with a palm at this point because the Phillies re-signed Kyle Schwarber. Kept him away from the Mets and the Reds and the Pirates, if you believe they were involved. But he sent me a screenshot of the quote.
That is a very big screenshot.
Well, because he feels like this is something that was kind of targeting people like me who have complained about the way that he's gone about rolling out the fourth line this season. And so I feel like it's probably a fair thing for us to do, to take a goosey gander at what Rick Tocchet had to say, and we can react. Because if nothing else on this show, we are fair, we are balanced, we report, you decide. All right, here's Rick Tocchet the other day.
Wow,
talking about. I know. See, well, this is what happens.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Yeah. See, we also have audio that goes through headphones now. I mean, we're really ramping it up here. All right. So here's the quote from Rick Tocchet two nights ago. I think it was 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
So about the fourth line getting a shift late in the game against Colorado.
Yes. There was also a comment. The question also included the second period, but I don't really have that big of a problem with that one.
Okay. We'll get to that one in a second.
Yeah.
So he says, quote, what it comes down to, I'm a culture guy. The shift that he was talking about, I don't remember the one in the second. You have guys dragging tongues on the bench. Our team is a team that needs to use the bench.
Yep.
They're going to be playing 8-9 minutes. I thought a couple games ago they gave us some juice. Yes, they're really struggling. They want to get some points. I get it. We're playing long ball here, trying to get team culture. It's hard to armchair quarterback. Why can't you just do this or do that?
Right.
I got some guys that are tired on the bench. I don't feel like it's the right time to use them. Now, there's more here that people can read it at home. I don't want to keep reading it.
You're doing a great job.
But he closes it out by saying, after saying that they need to produce and everything, he says, I'm trying to build their confidence. I don't read the tweets. I don't listen to podcasters. I'd be out of a job.
He's out. I mean...
Wait, do you hear that? The BS detector is going off.
Ooh.
Come on. Rick Tocchet doesn't read things, doesn't see the tweets.
Remember, Torts didn't read, but then comments about everything
doesn't read the stories, doesn't listen to podcasters. Rick, with all due respect, stop that. Rick Tocchet...
he's a very busy man. I don't know what he does.
He's a busy guy. But Rick Tocchet is cognizant of what's being said about his team. He is.
I'm sure.
And listen, the man transitioned really well to TV.
Right. He's been there.
This is a guy who is very acutely aware of what is being said about his team. That's even without pointing out the fact that he still probably has ties to the guys on Turner, where he was working as a studio analyst. And I would guarantee you that there's a group chat between those guys where some things are going back and forth as well.
That's fine.
Come on. He knows what's being said.
So, I don't disagree with that. I think these guys he made a comment about his own players not reading press clippings the other day also. So,
that they don't read the press clippings?
No, that they need to stop reading the press clippings.
Well, that's probably true.
So it doesn't surprise me. Of course, they always kind of have a general idea about what's going on and what's being said. I think it's just natural, right?
Yeah.
So he could say whatever. Honestly, considering what we used to hear, this is nothing.
Well, we could go back to Dale Weiss when he was on Snow the Goalie years ago. He made an appearance within 12 hours he was on waivers. But one of the many things he said is that guys needed to get off their phones and stop reading what was written. Now, it was kind of implied that was Nolan Patrick doing that. However, we know that Jake Voracek used to search his own name, not his Twitter handle, and block people. Of course he still does. It's some of the weirdest behavior. Whatever.
They get clips every day. I don't know if people know that.
What?
They get clips. They get newspaper clips emailed. At least I believe they get to the coaching staff too, but it definitely goes to the front office. When I used to work for the Washington Capitals, that back in the old days, I actually had to make photocopies from newspapers and things that were delivered every morning, and give the packet to the GM, the hockey ops guys that sat by us, the president, and then also you would have to, because I was always.
Was it a synopsis of each story?
No, it was literally just. It was old. It was a long time ago.
I was trying not to age you there.
You can age me, it's fine.
But it was a copy of each of the stories.
Spotify aging you like crazy. Absolute garbage, but whatever.
What's your wrap look like at the end of the year? We'll come back to that. So it was it was the copy of the story, or what? Yeah,
it was I just would literally use the copy machine, copy the story, and make a packet of all the stories from the day. Maybe print it out a couple depending on it. If there was anything easy. It's obviously a lot. You could still search back then because we did have the internet back then, but you would literally just get the papers delivered and you would give it to your front office, and then you would also, because I was always in the office, which was right near back then it was Capital One Arena. No, I'm sorry, MCI Center.
Yeah.
I think it's Capital One now, but I would always give it to the visiting team. So the coaches, the GM, they would all have a stack of things for when they got to the room for a morning skate. So, yeah.
They know what's going on. They know what's being said. I'm not trying to go to war with another coach. I don't need that.
I don't think it was just aimed at you, though.
No.
It seems like it was a very generalized.
It's just a general thing. But they are aware of what's being said. I give Rick Tocchet credit. He knows. That's why I just think it's a disingenuous thing to say that I don't read it, I don't listen to it, I don't know. Because here's the other thing, right? Now, do I think that Rick Tocchet goes home after a long game and says, I'm going to go download Snow the Goalie's Press Row show wherever I get my podcast, or I'm going to go fall asleep to the sounds of intern Andrew doing trivia time? No. But do I think that there is a non-zero chance that Rick Tocchet has a social media account that may or may not have his name on it, that may or may not have an algorithm that's feeding him things about his team?
He used to be on Twitter.
It's entirely possible.
He used to be on Twitter, I know that, because he used to follow me because I used to tweet about TNTs.
Yeah.
And then I had a tweet that went viral, actually. But he definitely used to have Twitter. And then when he took the Canucks job, that account specifically at least went away.
Yeah.
But I think the bigger thing is that I kind of get what he's saying about you need to roll four lines. My biggest issue with playing that fourth line when he did with 5 minutes, well, they have their struggles. I'm not disagreeing. They do bring energy, but that's been lacking also,
At least one of them wouldn't be playing on any other team.
Can I finish my thought?
I was just throwing ideas out there.
No, my issue was that they sat on the bench for 10 minutes in between shifts. That's a long time.
Yeah.
That is, for anyone who even played any level of hockey, you go out for a shift, and some of those shifts for these guys are 30, hard 30s, hard 45. They sat for 10 minutes.
Get cold.
You are ice cold.
Yep.
You're
actually running the risk of injury, I think, at that point.
Yes, 100%.
Especially if you have to go out and play some tough minutes at the end of a game.
100%. I get what he's saying, that he had guys who were, tired. He had guys that
he's also shortened the bench before.
Well, yeah,
this. So
and he was rolling.
And to your point, 10 or so minutes.
That's
between,
a long
between
time.
shifts.
That's not just 10 minutes. That's 10 minutes plus commercials.
He had already shortened the bench.
Yes.
Right. So it's like, to me, that's where like I kind of push back. And I'm like, all right, I get it.
But that's a long time.
Yeah.
It's
a very long time. And the fourth line isn't particularly good or skilled, which, we can have a conversation about that in a second. Now, there was somebody who asked over here, though. Ty Murchison is making his debut tonight.
Yes.
He got the rookie lap.
Yes. I'm excited for this kid.
Are you?
I am. I talked to him in April. He is...
Is he the guy who likes the musical theater?
Yes, he is.
Okay. He was supposed to
Big
hop
points.
on Snow the Goalie at some point, I think during Dev Camp. And we had something go sideways. We'll get him eventually.
Aside from, like, the hockey side, which he's very good at, obviously, like, he's just, like, your good kid.
Okay.
And he works hard. I mean, this was a 5th-round pick. We were all shocked when he even got signed at the end of the year to the 2. He only got a 2-year deal, so it's not like he wasn't signed for long term. But this is a kid that's worked. Can I say worked his butt off?
You can say work his ass off. That's okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, I think it's kind of in line with.
He's definitely it's a feel good story.
Yeah.
He's a California kid. He grew up. He didn't even play ice hockey until he was 11.
Yeah.
He played roller hockey, which he still plays over the summers, which might stop now if he's being an NHLer. But he plays He plays roller hockey. He actually told me in April he didn't know how to stop when he first started playing ice hockey at the age of like 11.
Okay.
And that's how he became a physical player, because he just ran over kids. So, he's a big kid. He's someone you can root for. It'll be interesting to see how he does. Obviously, it's a lot better for him to make his NHL debut against the Sharks versus Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar and Marty Nekishin, like all those guys on the Avalanche.
Yep.
No disrespect to Macklin Celebrini and Will Smith, but you can't not root for this kid. I have to be honest with you.
He's wearing the number 96.
He is.
The last person to wear 96.
I don't remember.
A very short-term flyer acquired last year and then dealt before the deadline.
Last year?
Yeah.
Well, wasn't Sean last year?
He was a Russian.
Oh, Andrei Kuzmenko wore 96?
Really? And believe it or not, Kuzmenko was the first flyer in franchise history to wear the number 96. So Ty Murchison now becomes the second player in Flyers history to wear the number 96.
Andrew, can you go back to that? So I will say that
about Zamula.
Again, nice guy. That's not why he's here, though. He's not here. He's here to play hockey. We did actually.
He can translate too.
He's not doing that. They have a translator, but he was someone that we had as someone they should waive before over the summer. So my thoughts have not changed on that.
He's not an NHL player.
I think a little time in Lehigh probably would do him some good.
Or the whole season. I don't know.
There was always a
at some point you just like you. I know it's a little bit hard. You're going into the locker room and dealing with some of these guys, and I used to and I don't anymore. But like, Zamula could be a nice guy.
Yes, but he's here to play hockey.
Yes. And he's not particularly great at that. And it's felt like this entire time, we'd have those thought exercises about Emil Andre. Should he be up? Should he be down? And they didn't want to put Zamula on waivers. But it's felt like this entire time they're just waiting for Risto to come back because Risto is their big defenseman and they want to have some size.
Yeah.
And until Risto's back, you have to keep Zamula because you have to have a big defenseman because you just have to or the whole team collapses and you have to sell. But in the meantime, Zamula's remained here.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
Well, I think part of it with Zamula also is that if you waive him, there's a good chance he gets picked up. And there are teams who are looking for cheap, young. Now, he's a lefty, if I remember correctly, not a righty. They are obviously, everyone's looking for a right shot defenseman. But, there are teams looking for depth. He just moves so slow. Now, I do appreciate sometimes that he does. Sometimes it works because he takes the patience.
You're trying so hard to be nice to Zamula.
No, but sometimes you see the patience, and it does when he makes like a really nice pass. Like it makes sense, but it's very small and few and far between. And I think Torch always talks about his speed needed to be better. Oh, his quickness, his thought process. Everything.
He's not an NHL defenseman. Okay. Can I address something really quickly? I got people commenting that my sweater looks like it's on meth. Can I just show you what's on the sweater? We got Frog and Toad.
If you're old, you know.
Do any of you people read stories to your children? Frog and Toad.
It blends into the trees.
Do you
That's
think
the
Frog
problem.
and Toad are on meth? If they are, that would be a heck of a story. But Frog and Toad, come on now.
I mean, I think we know, like, Peter Rabbit was. No, Puff the Magic Dragon.
This is a family show, Jackie. All right, so other things going on in Flyers world.
Yes.
I don't know if you happen to see this or not. Paul Biz, formerly, shared a set with Rick Tocchet. And Biz decided to start spewing anti-Michkov rhetoric again.
Oh, I did not. Was that today?
It was today or it was yesterday? Intern, do you have the info on that one?
I guess basically he just insinuated that they should trade him because he's not going to be a superstar because he's very limited with his skating ability.
And that he should have been part of like a Hughes trade or whatever if they were going to look.
Yes.
Yeah. So I posited this thing on Twitter last week about if you the people had the opportunity to bring in Quinn Hughes for Matt Michkov, one for one, would you make that move? 86% of people or whatever said no. And then I had Colby Cohen on the Russ Joy Show on Friday, wherever you get your podcasts, and on YouTube. And Colby was like, yeah, you make that deal because that's a number one defenseman, and you try to sell him for a year and a half of being a Flyer and close enough to his brothers, not on the same team. But, like, you make that because you need a number one defenseman. You don't have one in the organization.
Also, to be honest with you, if he goes to Jersey, he's taking ice time away from Luke Hughes.
Which is actually what Colby said as well.
Oh.
So, you guys
I know what I'm talking about?
You're in mental lockstep.
Oh.
So, here's the thing. I think Michkov's name is going to come up in trades from the opposition. I think the acquiring team is going to obviously have Michkov as a guy that they want to get. I think Martone
is not going anywhere.
Martone is going to be as coveted of a name, and maybe even more so than Michkov.
Yeah.
I think that there are other front offices that look at this. They look at Martone's not like going to kill you with his amazing skating ability, but Martone is being viewed as a bona fide, legit stud, number one.
Yeah.
Like
number one
top
wing.
line wing.
Yep.
And
he's big.
the people,
he can skate.
I'm not saying he's a bad skater. It's just he's not like the most incredible skater you've ever seen. But
he's no Brett Hedican.
But Michkov has this thing against him.
Yeah.
Where he's not fast and he's not a particularly great skater.
No.
And so you add to that the being out of shape thing for camp and all that. And so there are questions now, and it feels like there's this narrative out there of like trying to tank Michkov's stock or something. So Biz goes out and says, well, if you're the Flyers, you make that trade because he doesn't think that Michkov's going to be a superstar. Now, I have talked to some people who thought that Michkov could be a superstar and are now kind of like, maybe a star, but like, boy, you don't like that offseason. You don't like how he looks right now.
I think he learned from the offseason, though.
I would hope so.
Well, we talked to him last week.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm going to be here. I'm going to stay in Jersey. I mean, look, I get it.
For next year.
Yeah.
But, he realizes he made a mistake.
Today is his 21st birthday.
It is.
I do think it showed some maturity that he realized he kind of made a boo-boo by going home and yeah, part of his issues of not being on the ice was he had the ankle issue. You know, that happens, whatever. But like, yeah, I see the skill up. I mean, there's just the issues with Matvey aren't even the skating. It's the defensive mistakes. He's being better at not leaving the zone, but that honestly drives me crazy when I watch that. Like, it's the hockey IQ is there, but it's not there, if that makes sense.
The hockey IQ is there, but he's using that hockey IQ to choose to not do some of the things that he knows he probably should be doing.
Yeah, and we could tell it makes Rick Tocchet crazy on the bench.
Which it used to make Torts crazy. It makes Todd crazy. I guarantee if you put any other coach in, it would make them crazy as well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Now, the reason that sometimes you're willing to accept that is because sometimes those cheating plays result in goals.
Right.
And in the early part of the season, they really weren't.
No, they're actually allowing goals for the other team.
And so it wasn't happening at nearly the rate where you say, all right, fine, I can deal with that. I can still talk to him about it and still be on him about it in practice, but he's still scoring. Now, he has gotten better. It does seem like he's getting in better shape. And to your point, the comment that he had last week, he's kind of acknowledged that, listen, February is the time that he's going to be able to really get after it, really go hard after it, and try to catch up to where everybody else is conditioning-wise. It's not ideal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's certainly not ideal. However, I do think that there's some truth to it.
Oh, I do too. I mean, look, where's he going anyway? Like, his mom's here, his brother's here, his brother's in school. Like, it's not like the family is going back to... No, and I don't think he would go back to Russia during the 2. It's only really a week, if you think about it, because I think the actual break is like 2. But like 4 nations, the team that's not playing will be practicing that right a couple of days before it starts. So I don't think it'll be as long of a break as people think. Look, you know what? If he wants to take 2-3 days off and go away to get a clear head, totally. I mean, I'm doing it.
You hit too many days off in off season. This is on season. You want off season? You have it in the winter and summer. I don't care. Yeah, summer. Winter is summer.
I don't
summer
know.
is winter.
I do see maturity
Things
in him.
are upside down in Siberia.
I do see maturity in him making that decision. I thought it was very smart of him to also say it out loud. So
Joe Papel's over here asking about the doom sounds in the background. It's Mike the organist. He's killing it over there. He's doing a great job.
He is. He's amazing.
He's a remarkable guy. You can't see it. Maybe we'll show this during intermissions. The Flyers have these lights that are installed in the ceiling. Now, at one point they talked about moving them to shoot at us. And instead tonight, for the first time all season, they are bearing down on Mike the organist, who has, thankfully, a baseball cap on. Because, he might legitimately cook over there.
Yeah, it gets people don't realize it gets very... Like, if you walk into a studio... I used to work in TV. You walk into a studio, like, it's freezing because all the equipment and all the lights make it boiling.
All right, so let's talk about the start. I'm telling you, man, let's talk about some other things. Macklin Celebrini. I mean, as Celebrini goes, so go the Sharks. He's had a fantastic year, living up to, in many ways, what everyone had kind of hoped he would be going into the draft. Your thoughts on Celebrini from what you've seen so far this year?
I haven't seen much.
That's where you lie. He's looked sensational. He's the straw that stirs the drink.
I've seen the videos on the socials. No, I think, look, he's definitely someone in the conversation now for Canada. Tocchet even said it today. I'm a fan. He just seems like he's like a really good player. I can appreciate the level. I mean, look, he's
got 43 points in 30 games.
That's a lot.
Which is pretty damn good.
I get a little busy covering the Flyers,
28 assists. If you look at like his year-over-year production from a season ago, in 70 games he had 63 points last year. He's already on track to blow last year's numbers out of the water.
At this point. Well over 100.
He should. Yeah. And when you think about what San Jose did, now listen, Ant and I get into this argument all the time about the way to rebuild a team and is it worth it, and does your fan base have the stomach for, tearing it all the way down. Yeah. San Jose really tore it down. I mean, San Jose has stunk for a long time.
But they've made smart moves.
They have. Yeah. And they've come out of it now where you have a guy like Celebrini, you have a guy like Michael Misa as well.
Love Michael Misa.
There are potential franchise players on the Sharks.
Askarov. I forget.
And you're not sitting around wondering, do we have that number one center? Yes, you do. You're not necessarily wondering, do I have that number one defenseman? You're not necessarily well, I'm just saying, they also aren't necessarily putting themselves in a position where, right now they're in a playoff spot.
Yes.
If the bottom were to fall out this year, and this just ends up being a Celebrini collects all the points and they end up finding themselves out of the playoffs again, guess what? They'll just continue to add.
They can get the, what's his name, Verhoff. Christian Verhoff. Isn't he the defenseman in the draft, the top defenseman?
Oh, I don't pay attention to the draft until it happens. I actively do not pay attention.
And you make fun of...
I didn't make fun of you. I was asking about young Celebrini.
I'm kind of busy covering the Flyers.
I do not pay attention to the upcoming rookie class. You know who I pay attention to?
Yes.
I check in periodically about Gavin McKenna because I realize that if he doesn't perform well, I can make fun of intern Andrew.
He is Penn State. Yeah. It is in our backyard.
He is Penn State.
Or are we supposed to say we are Penn State?
That's what I'm saying. He is Penn State. We're just conjugating the verb to be a little bit differently each time. All right, cool. Let me get into this with you as the last thing before I let you go. Tonight's game.
Yes.
Dan Vladar is in net.
Yes.
Murchison is in the lineup.
Yes.
And did I say see what's his nuts is in?
Carl Grunstrom.
Grunstrom is in the lineup. Do we know who he's in for?
Nick Delorier.
Wow. Uh-oh.
And supposedly, I haven't looked at the roster, but I have heard that Ryan Reeves is in the lineup for the
Nick
Sharks.
Delorier is not in the lineup. Everybody get your binky ready. I don't know how the guys are going to take the ice without knowing that, D'Lo's there to back them up. We'll see. Grunstrom's actually looked pretty good when he's been in the lineup. He's had some good moments.
He played one game.
He was fine.
Yeah, no, he was good.
Totally a fine player.
He is a physical player.
Yeah. He's okay.
It'll be interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how, it was like interesting because when it was like Gaucher was called up for that fourth line role, or they both played, like he played with Avils, like in Lehigh, but Grunstrom has never played with any of these guys outside of that one game, so it's a little harder maybe to kind of get like inserted and play with new line mates. They've played one game, so maybe that helps. He has looked good. Like I heard he's looked really good in Lehigh. He does play the physical game. He does, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. I mean, look, I think he's got a little chip on his shoulder in this game. He used to play for the Sharks, if you didn't know.
I did not know.
That was part of the Ryan Ellis contract trade.
The who? Ryan Ellis isn't still here? Are you sure?
No, he's not. He's still
here. He's not here anymore?
He's not here anymore.
Wow. An impactful player that Ryan Ellis once was.
But, he's playing against his former team. He's, you always have a little
extra
juice when you do that. So wouldn't surprise me that he has a little pep to his step, as they say. So
a little pride to his stride.
It's kind of like a fun game, right? Like you have, it's only his second with the Flyers. It's Murchison's first NHL game. I'm sure that first shift is not going to be good, just from nerves.
Wait till he scores a goal. Six, that's it.
A couple people.
Channels his inner Kuzmenko.
Who did that? Somebody did that last year. Was their first game? Was it Neil when he got called up last year?
I don't remember.
Somebody scored in their first game. I can't remember who it was.
The big thing tonight, I think, is you're looking at two teams that are very much on the come up. Two teams that believe they have guys either on the team currently or in the system. That these are the next. In theory, this is part of the next group of teams that when your current heavy hitters are ready to kind of hit that rebuild time, these are the teams that are expected to kind of hit that next level.
Yes, but as I said in my story, I don't think anyone expected him to be the first guy called up of that group of Bump, Barkey, McDonald, like any of those guys.
I didn't expect Bump or Barkey.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, Bump, I think, is going to be up here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I just don't think that they thought he was ready yet. So, like, Grunstrom
we
as a
agree to
short-term
disagree
call
on that one, I think. I disagree. I think
no, I'm saying I don't think the Flyers think that he was ready. If they thought he was, he would have been called
the
up.
Flyers don't think he's ready.
Yeah.
No, I agree. Yes, that's true. But
you disagree with the Flyers.
Yes.
Jackie Spiegel is saying, "Hey, Flyers front office, you dopes."
That's what
she said.
I did not say
dopes. She said they're so dumb. Bump should be here. That's what she said. I can't believe it. Can you believe that? Wow. I mean, I'm just kidding. Where can the people find you, Jackie?
Inquirer.com/sports/Flyers. On Instagram, Jackie Spiegel, no 93, just Jackie Spiegel. And then Jackie Spiegel 93, which is my number that I wear. On the Twitter sphere or X. And what else is there? Threads. TikTok. Yes, I'm on TikTok.
You're doing a thing,
now.
right?
Doing a
you said
thing.
you're doing the follow me on the day as a writer, right?
Yeah. I do that every now and then.
Is the Press Road Show going to make an appearance?
Maybe. You'll have to tune in to see.
I sure hope so. #influencer over here.
Yeah, right.
Jackie, thanks for hopping on.
Send me your things. No,
there she is. Jackie Spiegel, the pride of Buffalo, New York.
That is actually the worst.
Oops. Uh-oh.
That is the worst one yet.
Jackie, she was trying to talk and then the mic went out. I don't know. That seemed a little bit weird, didn't it, intern?
What happened there?
No one knows. All right. Intern, I'm going to bring you on because we have to get to predictions.
Well,
we should see Bundy.
Oh,
there's Bundy. So Bundy's going to come on and do his keys to the game, and we'll do predictions. But go ahead.
Real fast. Alex Nedeljkovic is starting in net for the Sharks tonight. Do you know who the backup is?
No.
It's the Flyers' emergency backup. Yeah, apparently Askarov got sick earlier today, so the guy works here in this building. The Flyers' E-Bug is the Sharks' backup goalie tonight. Isn't that something?
Bundy, you got to hear this. That seems absolutely insane.
It would be wild turn of events if he gets in.
Did you know this? Go ahead. Intern, tell him what you just told
So
me.
Nedeljkovic is starting in net for the Sharks. And
Yeah, they got a backup E-Bug. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, 39-year-old kid. Yeah. Not a kid. Yeah, he's actually from Philly. Jason and Brian Smith, who I did radio with, they know him really well. And actually, he's come in relief for Jason in a beer league out in Delco.
Oh, really?
Yeah. This is a real
Is he
beer
good?
leaguer. Oh, he is what he is. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah, I hope he gets in the game. That'd be pretty awesome.
That would be something.
Bundy, do you have your keys to the game by any chance?
yeah, I do.
I can vamp here for you for a minute while you're getting those. Again, it is a night, intern, that we seem to think is going to be an interesting one. You get to watch the Celebrinis of the world.
Sharks are not a pushover anymore.
No.
You want the keys?
Yeah, go ahead.
Give us the
All
keys.
right, number one tonight. Pick up where you left off. The Flyers played a great third period against Colorado and were unable to get one past their netminder to tie the game, even in the penalty shot. However, they played a third period where they had plenty of chances, looked fast and precise, and kept Colorado in the zone, in their own zone most of the third period. Number two, net front traffic. Pucks and traffic to the net is almost a cliche about how to manufacture offense in the sport of hockey. However, it's also a tried and true bit of conventional hockey wisdom. The games in which the Flyers have broken through offensively have been the ones where they've established an inside presence in the attack zone. Number three, Macklin Celebrini. Celebrini has posted 43 points on the season with 15 goals and 28 assists. He is without a doubt the straw that stirs the San Jose drink. If the Flyers can neutralize him and do a good job keeping him off the scoreboard, they should escape this one with a good home win. Only Colorado superstar Nathan McKinnon, 49 points, is ahead of Celebrini in the Art Ross Trophy race. Celebrini is the. This is not like saying, I'm not comparing him to McDavid. He's the most likely player that I've seen to Sidney Crosby since Sidney Crosby. Celebrini is.
Wow.
The way he plays the game. I'm not saying he's better than McDavid or wows you out of his seats, but McDavid's not Crosby, right? Like, Crosby makes players around him better. He does these unbelievable things, and that's what this kid does. He plays a 200-foot game, really solid. I'm going to enjoy watching his future, and thank God he's in the West.
Yeah, that's a good point. Intern, you want to go first?
Sure.
Anthony said 3-2 Flyers.
I'll take the Flyers 4-3.
Wow. Dan Vladar's in net tonight. I like Vladar having a bounce back. I'm going to go somewhat low scoring-ish. I'll go Flyers 4-2.
There's no way around this one. I mean, Flyers have played really well after a loss. They haven't lost in over a month now when they've had a second defeat when they've lost one. I'm going the Flyers, too, and I'm going to go 4-3 Flyers.
All right. Do us a favor, if you haven't done so already, like the video, share the video, subscribe. You can drop your prediction in the comment section on the video on YouTube. You can also reply. We just put it out over on Twitter/X as well. Drop your prediction there. Don't forget, we're doing the season-long predictions. You get 2 points if you get the outcome and the score, the exact score. You get 2 points if you get the outcome of the game, the result of the game correct. That's 1 point. The winner at the end of the season, the person with the most points, wins something, typically an autographed piece of merchandise. So always worth throwing your hat in the ring. We will be back first intermission, second intermission, and postgame here on the Press Row Show. You can certainly go back and check out other episodes that we've done, other interviews on the Snow the Goalie channel, and wherever you get your podcasts. We'll talk to each and every one of you. First intermission. Press Row Show, the #1 rated pregame intermission postgame show at the side of the Mississippi South, the Arctic Circle, north of the equator, and west of Morocco. Bundy's here. How you doing, stud?
What's going on, everybody?
Intern Andrew on the ones and twos. Anthony SanFilippo remains in the Sunshine State. Hey, we didn't talk about this pregame, but how much do you think Anthony's enjoying being down there? You think he's meeting Dave Dombrowski tomorrow morning for a bagel? Dave, I'll buy you a bagel. Since you went out in there and you re-signed our good friend Kyle Schwarber.
Do you think Anthony's excited about that?
Oh, my God. I have to imagine Anthony is absolutely elated.
Yeah.
Maria could have, sent him a text and been like, Anthony, it's been a good run for a year. I'm just kind of done with you always being gone for sports. And he'd be sad, and then Dave Dombrowski comes and says, oh, it's all right. I have good news for you. 5 years, $150 million for Kyle Schwarber. And Anthony goes, Maria who? No, I'm just kidding. Anthony's probably thrilled. We have not heard from him. I'm actually shocked he didn't take a victory lap in the group chat.
Yeah, he didn't. He's been kind of quiet about that.
I wonder what he's doing down in Florida. What do you think he's up to? You think he's watching this game? You think he's watching the Press Row show?
No.
I was waiting to see if he was going to pop up in the comments. I thought maybe if you say his name 3 times like Beetlejuice, he would just start showing up in the comments. It hasn't happened yet. We'll see if it does. Bundy, it was a weird period. So game's tied 1-1. Christian Dvorak on a breakout with Trevor Zegras to his left. Goes backhand, forehand, backhand. Beats the netminder.
Yep.
Ties it up for the Flyers. That was a weird period in that the first shot on goal technically for the Sharks ended up in the back of the net.
Yep.
Beats Dan Vladar. The Flyers just outshot San Jose in a ridiculous way in that first period. I mean, we're used to seeing the Flyers be the ones to struggle. It was pretty much all Flyers that period from a shot perspective.
It was all Flyers, 17-3 shots on goal, and they really played a good first period. They picked up exactly, I said, pick up where you left off last game against the Avalanche, and the Flyers did. San Jose didn't have much of anything. They actually hit 2 kind of corner post crossbars, a couple big pings that period, but no damage to it. San Jose got off to the scoring early, 1-0 with about halfway through, and then the Flyers ended up tying it late. A nice goal by Dvorak. But great first period by the Flyers. They just weren't able to get anything by him. They easily could have had 3 that period, and Nedeljkovic really played well.
I know you're probably going to disagree with this, but I hate the idea that a shot that hits the post doesn't count as a shot.
Yeah,
on goal.
I know.
I mean, it's mere it's like an inch and a half away from being in the back of the net. It doesn't count as a shot on goal. It literally hits the goal. It literally finds itself on the goal, at least for a second there. So, Celebrini in that period, your thoughts? I know you said that was one of the keys to the game was keeping him in check.
Quiet. I mean, his line scored when he was on the ice. I don't think he had a point.
No.
He didn't, but he was out there. Yeah, he had a quiet first period by his standards.
He has gravity to him, though, because even though he wasn't the setup man in that position, he still pulls the guy with him.
Yeah.
He has that kind of gravity as a player. I mean, you have to be on him.
You have to know where he is on the ice, especially in the D zone. Yeah, I thought he was okay. I mean, nothing spectacular. He didn't bring you out of your seat at all that period, and but I expect him to get better as the game gets going.
You said it doesn't get anybody out of their seat. I'll tell you who does get somebody out of their seat. Intern Andrew, who's here. First intermission means it's time for the stat of the night. Don't forget, second intermission, we get into some trivia time. Maybe we get off the rails, but first, Intern Andrew with the stat of the night. How you doing, Intern?
Doing great. How are you guys doing?
Good, bud.
All right, so Lou Nolan made the announcement right before we were about to go on that last goal scored by Dvorak, Konechny got the secondary assist on that. That's his 500th career point. 17th player in Flyers history to get to the 500-point mark, and the 7th player from his draft class to get there.
Do you have the full list of the other 16?
Yes.
We could play that game. The 16 other Flyers to reach 500 points in their career.
Yeah, that would take a while, though.
Okay. And then interesting one, Sharks related, since you mentioned Celebrini so much in pregame. If you go back to January 1st of this year up until today, in that span, Celebrini has 79 points, assuming he will get another point before the end of the year. If he does that, he will become just the 7th teenager in NHL history to have 80 or more points in one calendar year.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
He's really, really separated himself from the rest of the pack. I mean, big time pack. I mean, in terms of he's really blossomed.
I love it, but we also have
he's a guy that, I mean, listen, when you talk about the Flyers rebuild, I mean, the number one center is the thing that this team, I mean, the number one center and number one defenseman are the things that you look at it and you say the team's still missing them. Man, having Celebrini, it's got to be a hell of a thing. And then they also picked up Misa in the draft.
He's hurt right now.
Who a lot of people, thought could have been
the number one pick.
Yeah. And so you got two guys that theoretically could maybe become a number one center on the team. And
that's a hell of a player too.
That's it's an embarrassment of riches at that position, at the very least. So the San Jose team, Bundy, is one. Thank you, intern, by the way.
Sure.
This San Jose team is certainly not a pushover in the way that it was for a good long while there, Bundy. I mean, if you're sitting back and you're trying to think of teams that are on the come up and teams that in theory are supposed to be kind of ready for that next wave, that young team that is going to start knocking on the door in the next few years, you'd probably put San Jose up there with who else? Chicago?
Yeah, Chicago.
Maybe in Anaheim.
Anaheim, Chicago.
Obviously,
San
the Flyers
Jose.
hope that they're going to be one of those teams.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that are up and coming, though. I mean, there's like you say, the Flyers, but there are other teams too besides just the Flyers and these other three teams. There's a lot of teams that are trying to, see how their rebuilds turn around and how they flip around and see how they work out. But no, there's a few good teams, and the Flyers are part of that rebuilding group that's taking the next step.
It's kind of it kind of speaks to the fact that when you're in the moment, you think about teams that are contenders, legitimate contenders, year after year for like a 3 to 5 year window. But that longevity doesn't last a lot. I mean, those are the kind of teams where, like, unless you have a guy like a Crosby on them or maybe an Ovechkin on them, it is hard to see that super, super long window, right? Like, you see a lot of the teams that are in the top half of each respective conference, they'll be there for a 3 to 5 year period, and then eventually you have a down year or two down years, and then all of a sudden you're talking about trying to revamp and such. Anaheim and San Jose, I mean, the last time that those teams were both largely relevant together, I mean, it's been a bit.
It's been a while. You got to go back probably to the end of the 2000s.
Yeah.
When Anaheim had won a cup, but San Jose had an amazing start to one of their seasons back then. But yeah, you're probably looking at a good 13, 14, 15 years since both teams have been relevant together. Even
Chicago that had multiple Stanley Cup wins, I mean, they went through some real painful time, and now it feels like Bedard's kind of hitting that next level. I guess, we've sort of talked about the Olympics a little bit on and off on the show, but like when you look at guys that could theoretically make an Olympic roster, the names like Celebrini and Bedard are now coming up as, what does the team ultimately do? Do you hand one of those spots to a super young guy? I mean, where do you kind of land on it? Do you lean experience in the Olympics, or do you feel like it is a good thing to have the youth?
I think you need tons of experience, and I think if you have the capable bodies that physically are there for you, you have to go with them. I think if there's any young guy that makes it will be Celebrini, even ahead of Bedard. He's a better complete player for that, especially for the shorter ice, the way it is now. It's not like you have to play in the big sheet of ice like we thought they were going to. So I think he makes a lot of sense for a young budding star to make that team, where I don't know if Bedard makes it yet. I'm not sure.
Seems like he's kind of in the mix. I guess we'll see. It's interesting. Like, do you think that when a national team is looking at building their roster, how much effect do you think the early part of an NHL season has on whether or not a guy can really burst onto the scene and make the club? Like, do you put a lot of weight into it? So figure 40, 45 games before the break?
Yeah.
Is that enough for a guy to make their case that if they maybe weren't on the radar in this past summer, can a 40, 45 game stretch kind of punch their ticket?
Yeah, I think so. I think that's enough time, given you're playing the best players in the league on a nightly basis. And if you're able to put up the kind of numbers that a guy like Celebrini's put up, I don't think it's not that it's not enough time. I think it's actually the right amount of time to show that he's developed from last year, where he had 60-some points last year.
Yeah.
I think he had one more than Mishkov.
Yeah.
You talk about, I know Mishkov's had a slow start to the year. He's getting better lately, but talk about a guy who's just zoomed past where he was last year to where he is this year. I don't think that I think there's a few guys. I think I read today the Team Canada bubble is down into the low 30s for where they're looking at picking guys, and that nobody from the World Cup or from the Four Nations Cup last year has been left off at this point. So everybody's still a viable name.
There's an interesting question here from Jeff Rose over on YouTube. Does the NHL have control over the players to tell them they can't go because the ice is not safe to the Olympics? I believe that the decision to, if they were going to move, would have to come from the IOC. It can't be an NHL thing. I don't think the NHL can tell the players not to go, right? They can maybe make the recommendation.
I guess so. I mean, I think they're just going to have to live with what that ice is. I don't think there's anything you can do about it now. We talk about the shape of the ice, the size of the ice. I mean, to me, it's still the dumbest thing I've ever heard of in my life.
Yeah.
Yet one tournament every 4 years. How hard is it to do it right?
And it's been 7 years since almost 7 years since they got awarded it. I guess the NHL could say something to the players, but at this point, it's kind of a moot point. You've already decided to send them. You're not going to just pull the guys back from it. Do you view the smaller ice, where they're saying it might be 3 feet shorter than an NHL rink, never mind the size of the typical international ice, do you look at that as being a legitimate risk of, presenting a legitimately higher risk of injury?
Yes.
That smaller sheet of ice?
I think it does.
How big of a difference? Because I know that they've been talking about that the neutral zone might be where they take that 3 feet from, and they'll keep the offensive zones the same size. How much does that change? What part of the game does that change if you're a player? Is it the picking up speed going into the zone? Like what's the thing that makes the likelihood of injury increase in your mind?
Because you're going to eliminate the speed. There's going to try to replicate the same speed that you see on a nightly basis, but with less time and space, you're taking away that ability to use the speed. That's where I think injuries can come in. In the D zone too, I was expecting. I don't know what their plan was. I thought we'd see an Olympic-sized sheet of ice.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought I didn't even think we'd be looking at an NHL specs, let alone something smaller than the NHL. So, again, I do worry about injuries, because these are the kind of things that you can get yourself injured in these type of small, short, intense tournaments pretty quickly if you're not game for it. So I do think that's a big factor.
I would assume that if this ends up being the case, and it is 3 feet shorter than an NHL rink, this is probably going to favor the players, though, that play in North America, that play on the NHL ice, right? Or is there something that you have an advantage if you're used to playing on the bigger sheet and it shrinks down? I
think size and physicality will become a factor in it. I think dump and chase will be a factor, where you're not supposed to dump and chase on Olympic ice. At least when I played the Olympics, we were encouraged not to dump and chase. It allows for bigger bodies. I mean, I think you're going to see Tom Wilson on the team. I think because
the smaller
absolutely smaller ice, bigger body, guy that likes to punish people. No, we'll see what happens. They got a list in their 30s, and they got to chop that down in the next 40 days.
It's a really, really interesting, kind of chaotic and kind of unacceptable set of circumstances they've got to play under. It's
terrible.
It's something that you shouldn't have to do. I mean, listen, the dumbest comparison, but maybe the most apt, is in Major League Soccer, NYCFC has been playing in Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
And the size of the field is definitely not regulation. There's no chance. If you watch it, it's almost like comparing arena football to the NFL. That's how ridiculously small that field looks. And in soccer,
and that's MLS, right?
Yeah, and in soccer, it doesn't make. I don't think it changes that much. I mean, it certainly changes some tactics. It doesn't increase the likelihood of injury, because you're not on ice. You're not on ice. But man, it's just a variable that you shouldn't have to kind of worry about if you're a professional player, if you're somebody who's trying to reach the pinnacle of your sport, get to play for your country, that now you've got to play on this ridiculously small sheet of ice. It just makes no sense. Let's see. By the way, we have not gotten any kind of an update about the IOC looking to move it. Remember, when the Olympics were in Torino, which isn't that far necessarily, that was a just under 15,000 seat arena, right? And there's always the possibility that, I guess, if they were going to relocate, they could try there. But
I'm looking. I just Googled, just for the fun of it, to see what the standard size for an Olympic size rink was, because I think it's a little wider, and maybe a little bit. I don't know if it's a little longer, but they have Olympic size ice rink for hockey, standardized by the IHF at 197 by 85. So they have it listed already as 3 feet smaller than an NHL rink, which is 200 by 85. Crazy, isn't it?
It's going to be a mess.
That's going to be a mess.
But you know what,
sure.
Bundy? As much as we talk about it, and as much of a joke as it is, we are going to live and die with every game, right? There's still nothing quite like the Olympics. The Four Nations was a nice little appetizer.
Yeah.
Right? And we kind of openly questioned last year, are the players really going to get up for it that much? Are the fan bases really going to get? And they did. The U.S. versus Canada, not the final game, but the one before it. There was a lot of vitriol in that game. It was a hell of a thing to watch. I think the Olympics are going to be something. The one downside, I get why Russia doesn't get a team, but to me, it doesn't feel fully
Doesn't
like the
feel the
Olympics
same.
without.
Russ, I played in the Olympics, and some people won't want to hear this. I think it's a waste of time.
Really?
I do.
Why?
I just play the NHL season. I mean, if you want to do another, they're doing the Four Nations Cup. You're shutting the league down for 3 weeks. I mean, there's just a lot of stuff about the Olympics at this level I don't agree with. I think if you're signed up to play for a team, you play for that team through the year. There's a lot of money involved. I just think the Olympics are a total waste. I think it's a nice thing to represent your country, but after that, whoop-de-doo.
Do you feel like they've added too many events, and it kind of takes away from the specialness, I guess, of being an Olympic athlete?
I don't know. They've added a lot of sports, right?
Yeah.
Like now, flag football is a sport. Not in the Winter Olympics, but flag football is a sport in the Olympics now.
Can we get pickleball in the Olympics? Have you taken up pickleball yet? Have you tried?
I've never played it.
I kind of want to see you on a pickleball court. We got to get me, you, and intern Andrew out on a pickleball court. What could possibly go wrong?
Really, you could blow your knee out.
That is true. All right, we will be back during the second intermission. We'll have intern Andrew's trivia time. We'll get out to the comments and see how people are feeling about this game. And then post-game, we're going to have a lot of fun. Don't forget, by the way, if you're new to this whole thing, we don't commentate. Somebody asked a question during pregame. We don't commentate during the game. We're not allowed because of nonsense league rules. We can't commentate on the game while it's happening, but we do the StatCast. Set a little reminder for yourself. Tomorrow at 6 o'clock at Chickies and Pete's in Northeast Philly on Roosevelt Boulevard. We'll be doing Snow the Goalie Radio. You can come on out, have some crab fries, have a lovely time with us, talk some puck. 6 o'clock tomorrow night, Roosevelt Boulevard, Chickies and Pete's, Northeast Philly. All right, we will be back. Second intermission and post game here on the Press Row Show. Do us a favor, like the video, share the video, subscribe, and share it with, 5 other Flyers fans in your life. Intern Andrew, you gonna have good trivia? He's saying, yeah. It better be good.
Hopefully it's a good one.
He's been on a bit of a heater. He hasn't let us down.
No, he hasn't.
I'm setting the bar high, intern. Don't let us down. All right. Talk to you soon. Welcome into the Press Row Show, the number one rated pregame intermission postgame show on the side of the Mississippi, south of the Arctic Circle, north of the equator, and west of Morocco. Flyers, 2 goals in that period, capped off by a nice little late goal there, Bundy. One of the rare times we've seen the Flyers be the ones to score right before the end of the period.
Yeah.
Well, Kate's goal, 3-1. Your score, the Flyers out shooting San Jose through 2 periods, 26-11.
Yeah, this is a runaway. This is Flyers could put the nail in the coffin in the third period. San Jose doesn't have much of anything going on. It's been a low event hockey game. It really has. This has not been a fun game to watch by any stretch of the imagination. It's not pretty. It's not exciting. It's a boring game. But the Flyers have a 3-1 lead, and they need to keep that 3-1 lead and don't give anything back to a team that's had nothing the whole game.
There is a nice thing about this. There haven't been a lot of stoppages, Bundy. Maybe we'll get out of here before 11:30. Wouldn't that be something nice?
You're not going to play a 3-hour game tonight?
I don't know. Maybe it could go to a shootout, Bundy. You never know. But as of right now, the Flyers do look like the much better team. And despite giving up an early goal, Dan Vladar has really settled in. He hasn't had to face a lot of action, but Vladar is back to being Vladar, so we can all rejoice and be glad. This has not been the Macklin Celebrini showcase.
No.
Now, it was one of your 3 keys. We'll recap all 3 of your keys at the end of the game. But so far, so good at limiting the damage that he can do. Is there anybody that stood out for you so far on the Flyer side of things, Bundy, so far through 2 periods?
No, I think they've done a good job managing the neutral zone, getting pucks out of their zone pretty efficiently, handling the forecheck. There hasn't been much of it, but they've really played a very strong game tonight. And there hasn't been a lot of playmaking that's gone on. There was a little bit in the offensive zone. The Flyers had a couple nice tic-tac-toe plays that didn't cash in on. But this is a kind of game here you can get out of here with a 5 or 6-1 win tonight if you do the right things in the third period.
There's a question over here from Amy who says, did you see The Athletic did a survey of NHL players asking them what players have a punchable face? Several Flyers made the list. I did not see that.
Really? I
No.
didn't see that either. I didn't.
I'd actually like to know who has the punchable face on the Flyers. I would assume that a lot of guys would want to punch Konechny because he gets under their skin.
Yeah. That would be my
Is there another
first
guy
guess.
on the team that you could see them wanting to punch in the face?
No, just
maybe
Konechny.
some anti-Russian bias. Maybe somebody going to go after a young Matvei Michkov. I don't know. I would love to know. Amy, let us know if you have the list of who made it from the Flyers. Let us know. Greg Mack says Tippett and Hathaway, apparently. I guess we'll see. I don't know if that's true or not. Oh, there you go. Zegras and Hathaway were listed.
Zegras and Hathaway.
Well, Zegras has really nice hair. Why would you want to punch him in the face? I don't think he has a punchable face. Oh, here you go. Boy, oh boy, I'll tell you what. Amadeo is in the building, and he just sent me over. Let me pull this up on the screen. He just sent over the list of punchable faces from The Athletic. Let me see. I'm going to show this. Drag and drop. Oh, boy. This is what I get. Let me see if I can pull it up here.
This is a punchable face list?
Yeah, the punchable face list, according to the people out there. Hold on. That's the wrong one. I'll come back to it. But apparently this is a thing. The most punchable face. I'll figure it out. I gotta do better. Gotta do better. Let's see. Open. How do I open it? There we go. I got it. All right, here we go. NHL's most punchable face list. Here we go. Are you ready, Bundy?
Yep.
All right. There it is. We'll just put it on the screen. You and I might have to huddle together here, but that's okay. Huddle for warmth, my friend. Nick Cousins, number 1. Brad Marchand, number 2. Tkachuk, 3. Connor Garland, 4.
Tkachuk?
Matthew Tkachuk, yeah. Eriksson Ek. Garnet Hathaway is number 6 on the list. Sam Bennett, Brendan Gallagher, Dylan Larkin, Bunting, Zadorov, Stützle, Zegras. I assume that rounds out the top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They went to number 13 just to get Zegras on there. Mishkov does have a vote, at least one vote. If you look down in the notes, let's see, any other Flyers in there?
As does Konechny does.
I'm surprised Konechny's not higher.
Konechny, and there's Scott Lawton's on there too.
Yeah. So you've got Michkov, Konechny, each got at least one vote to go with Hathaway and Zegras.
So
whoa!
There he is.
What soft light through yonder window
Super fan
breaks?
Eric. He's pretty happy tonight. Look at him.
He doesn't look so concerned tonight, does he? He's got a big old smile on his face. Look at that guy.
Look at the melon on that.
You want to bring him over? Should we bring him over?
No.
There he is. Look at him. He's out here in the wild. I don't even know what he's saying. What? You'll be where? At the show? Coming out to Snow the Goalie Radio?
Oh, good.
So
He's on
Superfan
vacation.
Eric is going to be at Snow the Goalie Radio tomorrow in Northeast Philly on Roosevelt Boulevard, Chickies and Pete's. Make sure you come out 6 o'clock. We'll go live. We'll do it live at Chickies and Pete's. Superfan Eric's going to be there. You're going to wear, you have the Darth Vladar shirt. Darn tootin'. Hey, by the way, if you're trying to get in an order before Christmas, the Darth Vladar shirts, maybe you want the orange and the black, maybe you want a Snow the Goalie shirt, a hoodie. As of right now, orders are still going out. I've been processing them as soon as they've been coming through. We still have a guaranteed delivery before Christmas and Hanukkah. We love Hanukkah and also Christmas and any other holiday, the winter equinox. You like the winter equinox, Bundy?
Sure.
So, get your orders in now. Shop.snowthegoalie.com. Okay, we are going to bring on a man who needs no introduction. Bundy, are you ready?
Yes.
Warm up that instrument. It's only the two of us one more time.
Bum 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 bum
Intern Andrew's here with Trivia Time. What time is it?
It's
Trivia-
Intern Andrew trivia time.
That's right. Intern,
Yes. So
don't let us down.
I don't think I will, but you never know.
That's not reassuring, is it?
I don't like that. No.
So I feel kind of bad about this because I can't remember the nice gentleman's name. At the La Cecilia show that we did a couple of years ago, one of our listeners came up to me and actually suggested this question, and I just completely forgot about it until today. So I can't remember his name, but if he is listening to this, I don't want him to think that I'm just stealing his question. Not
Let's
giving him
just
any
go
credit.
with Bob.
Sure. We'll go with Bob. Bob
Jimbo. How about Jimbo?
So I thought about this question that he brought up to me. Popped into my head today because I was thinking about how the Flyers were playing against Celebrity tonight, former number 1 overall pick. So I went back and did a lot of digging, and I found the answer to this. There are 63 players in history that have ever been the number 1 pick in the draft. Of those 63, 7 have played for the Flyers at one point in their career.
Yeah.
Peter Forsberg.
No.
Mel Bridgman.
That is one.
Vinny LeCavalier.
2.
Alexander Daig.
Maybe 3.
Eric Lindros.
Maybe 4.
Now time to turn your attention to the video board to check out the exciting events coming to Xfinity Local Arena.
Oh, no, you got 5. I'm sorry.
I said 4, didn't I? I said Eric, Daig, LeCavalier, Mel Bridgman.
Oh, so that is, okay, so...
That's 4.
Oh, yeah, 4. Okay. So, okay, yes. I have them written down. You're missing 3.
Wow, I'm surprised. How many of them? None of them were drafted by the Flyers except for Mel
Just
Bridgman.
Bridgman.
Wow.
Oh, Dale Hawerchuk.
Correct.
Dale Hawerchuk was one. Yeah.
Superfan Eric's out there. Really, he was just gyrating. I can't tell if he knows one or not. Sounds like he's saying Aaron Judge. I don't know what he's saying. Not Aaron Judge.
He's saying the correct answer. You're just mishearing him.
Oh, Eric Johnson.
Correct.
That was from Superfan Eric. That wasn't
Yes.
me. Was that the last one?
There's one more.
You got it. Eric Johnson. Yeah. Thank you for cheating. You got it for us. So thank you.
There's one more.
Can you give us a hint?
He played 15 games for the Flyers in, I think, 1993. And unfortunately, a lot of controversy surrounding this guy in his later on in his life.
Did he get arrested?
Yes. Spent some time in prison.
A lot of time in prison?
I think 4 years I read.
Violent offense?
Uh,
Was assault in the
no.
charge?
first overall pick.
who played 15 games for the
15
Flyers?
plays for the Flyers in
Got
93, 94.
He got
I think it was right before you got there. He got arrested. I believe this crime was committed in 2003. He ended up going to jail in 2007 or something like that.
Dave Babbage was the number 2 pick overall.
Not him.
No, he played here. Yeah.
I had never heard of this guy before this, and then I searched his name because I wanted to make sure I was going to pronounce it right, and something popped up.
It's a weird pronunciation.
Sounds like maybe a Russian.
No, it's not. It's not that weird. I just wanted to make sure.
What was the charge?
He was driving under the influence and killed his passenger.
Oh my God! It's Rob Ramage.
Correct.
Yeah, that's horrible.
I hate that he was technically qualifies for this, but he did play for the Flyers. And He was the number 1 overall pick in 1979.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
That's a great trivia.
Way to bring the mood down. Andrew.
Sorry, I know.
No, it's all right. I mean, you gave us a hint, and it was a terribly unfortunate incident.
Yeah.
That happened. It was awful.
PA recovery.
Yeah.
So
good trivia.
Thank you. Russ, you want to dig the show out of this hole, or?
I don't know how to rebound from that.
Good trivia.
Thank you.
Really good.
You know, if I went to prison and I had one final meal to eat before I went into jail,
you could actually do a good list of number 2 overall picks that played here in Philadelphia.
Nolan Patrick, James Van Riemsdyk,
Chris Pronger,
yeah,
Chris Gratton. I know he went 3rd, I think. Dave Babbage went 2nd.
Do you have a list of number 2 picks?
If I can find it, I'll ask it at some point this season.
Okay. Yeah,
not the next game though. I gotta spring it on you out of nowhere.
Okay. It's actually a bigger shame when you think about who the Flyers missed out on at number 1 in some of those drafts when they got that number 2 guy. Patrick Kane would have looked good here.
Yeah.
JVR though.
Well, we didn't have the first pick.
No, I know. I'm saying that you miss out because you had the number 2.
I think it was Andrew Fawcett that asked the question a couple minutes ago. He was asking you, Bundy, because we were talking about the punchable players list. Was there a player that you played against that got under your skin, particularly, that you remember?
It wasn't so much under my skin, but you just kind of look at a guy's face and want to slap it.
Sure.
Probably Barnaby.
Somebody actually correctly predicted you would say that.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty much everybody in the league at the time. I mean, he got under everybody's skin. I think, including preseason, regular season, and playoffs, I think I ended up fighting. In minors, I think I fought him like 5 times.
Yeah.
Really?
He fought everybody. Yeah. And I didn't fight much, but he was fighting guys he never should have been fighting ever. But, yeah, he would probably be the guy. And I think I know Matthew, who's a friend of mine. I think he'd probably laugh and agree with me when I said that.
Is that who you got in the most fights with? Like, do you have a mental list of the guys that you fought the most?
Barnaby probably would be the most.
Was anybody else that you can remember getting into multiple scraps with?
No.
You weren't much of a fighter, though.
No, not much. Just when some teammate was in distress, there was like a little.
You would be more of the aggressor to stand in and defend a teammate.
Yes.
Than go out and get yourself into.
Yes.
Does that mean, like, if I ever, like, get myself in trouble with my big mouth, that you would, like, stand in there for me?
I would stick up for you, yeah.
Heck yeah. Time to run my mouth. Let's go. All right. Intern, nice job on the trivia tonight.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
Yeah, good trivia. I was.
All right. Bundy, when we look at, let me fix this. There we go. There goes. Intern. The Flyers are in this thing where I'm not saying that you have to start to think about, you obviously don't. It's not thinking about the game in 2 nights, but it is a situation where you're going to play 2 games in 3 nights.
This team's going to play 6 and 10.
I know.
It's a brutal
crazy.
schedule, yeah.
Does it change in your mind, like with a 2-goal lead going into the 3rd? He said, or Jackie Spiegel and I are talking about this pregame about how he said the other night he wanted to get the 4th line a shift because he just saw how exhausted a bunch of his players were. Jackie pointed out it was like 10 minutes between shifts for the 4th line. Do you think he maybe looks at trying to really roll all 4 lines in this 3rd period if for no other reason than you're trying to make sure you don't wear your guys out on 2 games, 3 nights?
I think this is one here. You got a 3-1 lead. You can add to it. This is absolutely a game you roll the lines before in the 3rd period. Just roll them because you got game coming Thursday. You got a back-to-back against Carolina on the weekend. Next Tuesday, next Thursday. It's a crazy schedule. Crazy schedule. There's no time for practice. This is all games right now.
Is that a thing that Tocchet and the coaching staff thinks about before this stretch even starts? Like, hey, if we get in a situation where we have a strong lead going into the end of a period, we're going to try to get these guys rotated through as much as possible? Or is it just something where, like, now that the game's happening, he's just going to kind of fall into those normal instincts of, like, shortening the bench?
He'll probably still look for a matchup in terms of getting guys out against Celebrini.
Yeah.
But after that, no, I think you just roll your lines and let them worry about it. San Jose's had nothing going on this whole game. I mean, they had a couple chances, but really nothing of sustained pressure at all. Flyers, I mean, they're one-and-done opportunities. They haven't had a chance to really cycle the puck. The Flyers have done a great job in their own zone. Now this is a period here where you should feel comfortable where you're at as a team, securing the lead, playing with the lead, and then being able to roll your 4 lines.
Mike Butts is right, by the way. Says, put this away quick. Next goal takes care of that. I mean, if you score early in the third, that's putting your foot on the throat of San Jose at that point. You don't want to let them back in here in like the first 5 minutes or so. Let them get another one. Now they're within a goal. They start feeling like there's hope. You want to kind of dash that hope. Greg Mack, real quick, asks, have you heard anything about Risto coming back? The latest I think we've heard is he's about a week and a half out, give or take. So we'll see if there's any updates that come out of that. We will be back post-game. Do us a favor if you haven't done so already. Like the video, share the video, subscribe. You can also find the show in the podcast feed. Hey, do us a favor. If you typically listen back to Press Row Show in the podcast feed, this past one, the one from Sunday, we put up pregame, both intermissions and postgame instead of just postgame. If you're somebody who listens to the show in the podcast feed, would love to get your feedback here on whether or not you want to see us do the pregame and the intermissions and postgame in the podcast feed, or just postgame. Let us know what you think. All right, we'll be back here postgame. Let's see if the Flyers can get a quick goal. Snuff this one out.
Yep.
All right, talk to you postgame. Welcome into the Retro Show, the number one rated pregame intermission postgame show. This is south of the Arctic Circle, north of the equator, west of Morocco, Anthony SanFilippo, somewhere in Florida. Bundy's here, intern Andrew's here. I'm Russ. Hello. Welcome in to postgame. Flyers with a very decisive 4-1 victory. Travis Konechny gets the empty netter in the third period. There was a little bit of a nervy moment, Bundy. We talked about this in the second intermission show. You really wanted the Flyers to get that final goal maybe early in that period. It didn't happen. And then with about 7.5 or so minutes left, San Jose gets a power play, and you start going, uh-oh. You get a goal there on the power play, and then all of a sudden it's a one-goal game. You empty net. Anything can happen. But the Flyers do put this one away. And Bundy, I think it's probably kind of safe to say this one never really felt close.
No, it didn't. Not from even the get-go. Even when San Jose had that lead, it didn't even feel like that. So it was a good win by the Flyers. They really dominated this team tonight.
The Sharks struck first, and then it was a 4 unanswered goal streak by the Flyers to wrap this one up. Do you have your keys of the game?
I do.
I think sometimes it's just a nice thing to kind of go back and we kind of tout how smart Bundy is and that his keys were correct.
Key one was pick up where you left off. Played a great third period against Colorado. They weren't able to get one past their netminder, except they played. There was plenty of chances. They looked fast and precise and kept Colorado in the zone most of the night. They did that tonight.
Yep.
They did. They picked up right where they left off. They played a very strong game all the way through. There's one.
Cha-ching.
Number 2 is net front traffic. Pucks and traffic to the net is almost cliche about how to manufacture offense. It's also tried and true. The games which the Flyers have broken through offensively have been the ones where they've established an inside presence in the attack zone. They did that.
Cha-ching.
And the third one, which was Macklin Celebrini, 43 points on the season. He's a straw that stirs a drink. Flyers need to do a good job on him, and they'll escape with a home win.
Cha-ching.
Check 3.
Now, he was on the ice for the Sharks' lone goal, but he didn't factor and he didn't get a point on the play.
Right.
Listen, they were impressive tonight at keeping Celebrini really out of the mix.
They were. They did a great job on him because he's a tough player to defend. And the way he's going right now, he's very elusive, makes everyone else around him better. And they did a good job tonight, really taking the time and space away from him when he had the puck on his stick. And when he did, he was looking for loose men, they picked those guys up too. They did a great job on Celebrini tonight. There
are some questions going on over in the comments section over on YouTube. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, or X, if you're on X, you have to click the video to go into old Periscope mode. And if you leave a comment, it'll pop up on the screen. Over on YouTube, people are asking, Bundy, your thoughts on Grabenkin since he's taken over for Forster and gotten a longer look, a better look on this team.
He's played pretty well.
He doesn't look out of place.
No, he doesn't look out of place. I mean, I think there's more there, but he's been fine. He hasn't been a problem for the team. He hasn't brought a ton either. But I mean, he's played good hockey for them.
His game hasn't leveled up. It's not as if he got more minutes and all of a sudden he's out there, pulling fancy schmancy goals out of his keister. That's not happening. But he doesn't look out of place. And for a guy that was really in and out of the lineup sporadically, playing single-digit minutes on the fourth line, I think if you're able to get a longer look and you don't look out of place, you don't stand out. It's not one of those things where, all right, on one hand, he's not standing out with some electric plays. On the other side, you're also not watching him saying he doesn't belong.
Oh, he definitely looks like he belongs. Yeah, there's no doubt about it in terms of the way he plays the game and the way he hangs onto the puck, forces guys to have to play him hard on the boards. He does a good job with that, hanging on to the puck a little bit better too.
Good stuff. You know what I think has had an underrated season so far?
Who's that?
Jamie Drysdale. We're not talking about Jamie Drysdale game in and game out like we did last year, where you're kind of like, man, and he's just, if only he could find his stride. It's one of those things you always talk about with defensemen, Bundy. More often than not, it's better when you don't talk about the defensemen.
Yeah,
that's a sign they're doing their job.
Yeah, and I don't have I have nothing to say about any of the Flyers' defense tonight, which tells me that they did a good job. So, and they did do a good job tonight defending, really good.
Murchison had his first goal or his first game tonight. He also didn't stand out for negative reasons. Anything that you saw in his game that you're like, all right, that's encouraging.
Just solid. Again, I didn't notice him out there, which is a good thing for me. That means he did his job. I thought him and Juleson were fine when they were on the ice. They did a good job defensively as well in this game. There's nobody that had a rough game tonight. Everybody played very well.
Yeah.
The entire Flyers team played very well. Even Vladar had a good couple stops that he made. They weren't toughies, but he made them.
It was a good bounce back for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Tonight was Dollar Dog Night. I saw one of my former students, Alex, just said 5 hot dogs, 1 ketchup stained jersey, 4 goals, and a Flyers win. Tonight's a good night.
So you spent
bad.
that's pretty good. You spent about $5.
$5 on Dollar Dog Night.
That's pretty good.
Now-
See ya, Mike. Take care, buddy.
Mike.
Good job on your organ tonight, buddy.
I'll tell you
There
what,
you go.
that guy knows how to handle his organ. Let me tell you, he's great at that organ. Let's have a tubular meat count tonight. Do you have any tubular
I
meats
did
tonight?
before the game. I did.
How many did you have?
I had one.
You had one. Let's bring intern Andrew onto the show. Intern,
I completed the hat trick.
you had 3 tonight.
I did, yeah.
And what was the you do ketchup and mustard?
I do ketchup and mustard.
Do you
yeah.
do the red cap, like the spicy deli mustard, or you just
No,
go
I
with the
do
yellow
the
cap?
regular yellow mustard.
Okay. What's on yours?
Nothing.
I get a little confused though.
You raw dog the hot dog?
Not normally, just when I'm here. Because when I'm over there, I don't feel like it. I don't feel like putting the condiments on. So I just grab them off the rack and take them back here.
You don't like putting the condiments on the hot dog over there?
I just don't feel like it.
What do you?
If I was at like a cookout or something and a 4th of July party, I would put ketchup and mustard on it.
Put relish on it too.
Bundy,
No.
Bundy, hold on. When you're in the press box, to give people an idea, you have plenty of space. You have your bun, you have your hot dog, you have your little hot dog container thing, the little. What do you mean you don't feel like putting the condiments?
I want to come back here and watch the game.
So you eat a hot dog without anything on it?
Correct.
He ate 3 of them. He ate 3 of them like that because he doesn't. He said he didn't want to take the time to put the ketchup and mustard on the bun.
What are you doing?
Look like I'm getting sick.
You raw dogged 3 hot dogs.
God, that's nasty stuff right there,
It's
boy.
really- it's not.
Holy Jesus.
I'm certainly not the only one that raw dogs hot dogs.
You're the only one
In
I
the
know.
press box.
That's 100% not true. What have you polled everyone that you've ever met?
I'm gonna ask this group right over here.
Rob,
How many? 1, 2, 3,
Rob,
4.
have you ever eaten a hot dog without anything on it? Yes. Yeah,
Like,
okay.
intentionally though, or is it because nothing was available?
How do
to
you
put on it?
accidentally do that?
Okay. Mustard guy. So you would go raw dog instead of ketchup because you're a mustard guy. But you wouldn't like voluntarily, if ketchup and mustard were both presented to you, you wouldn't go plain hot dog. Okay. Do any of you eat just a plain hot dog, no condiments? No. All right. No. Ketchup, but that's not plain. All right.
We're talking like nothing on it. Nothing.
Does anybody eat just a plain hot dog? Forgo the condiments? No, absolutely not. Intern, what the hell's wrong
This
with
is
you?
an unbelievably
wrong
small
with you?
sample size.
This isn't a small sample. It's like 30 people looking
Those
at you
are
like,
There's
Those
8
are our
billion
insane.
people in the world.
That's our meat and potatoes right there.
these are the good people.
There's
The
8
fans
billion
and the,
people
and the
in the
folks
world,
at the
and you've
Xfinity
interviewed
Mobile
like
Arena.
7.
How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, going around the corner. At least 20 people I yelled in the general direction of. Not a single soul
And
said.
the first guy said that he has raw dogs
Because
before.
he said all that was available was ketchup, and he chose raw dog over ketchup. He doesn't want to put ketchup on the hot dog, so that's the only, because the mustard wasn't available. You have ketchup and mustard, 2 kinds of mustard at your disposal. It's a violation. It is a violation. You guys have to let us know in the comments section. You know,
Okay.
He's young, the kid. Look at him.
he still has time.
Not that young.
He still has time. I like this, by the way. Vineet says, "Stop gaslighting Andrew."
Yeah, that's thank you, Vineet.
How's
That's
that
exactly what's
gaslighting?
happening. It's
How's that
exactly what's
gaslighting?
happening.
Oh my gosh. What happened? What happened to this evening? Okay.
There's no condiment lines, Brian Knowlton, 3572. There's plenty of room to put condiments on
No,
the hot dog.
sometimes there are other people there,
So you just wait.
and
a
I get
second.
annoyed.
Oh, if he
I don't
now,
want to wait.
If Brian is talking about the condiment section, like down in the main concourse, I agree. Like that can get overwhelming. There's only that little thing, and then you have random relish just kind of sitting there. I don't want, I get it. I get not wanting to wait in the line, but in the press box, there's no line.
There's no line.
At most, you wait 15 seconds. Just go.
I don't want to take the time.
The mustard.
I want to get back here and hang out with my friends. It's Know the Goalie.
Well, that's all right.
He considers his friends. Well, that's nice. Okay. All right. Bunny, anything else you wanted to get to from tonight's game that really
solid
stood out
win,
to you?
Solid win. Vegas coming in here Thursday. That'll be a better game, I would think.
Yeah, there's nothing.
Did you have a final yet on that game, Vegas and the Islanders
I
tonight?
saw the Islanders were up 4-3.
The score is 4-3 Islanders still with 50 seconds left in the game.
Pittsburgh's tied.
And
New Jersey's got the lead over Ottawa.
were you aware that Carter Hart is in net for Vegas tonight, which means he will not be in net on Thursday?
Yeah.
Told you. Told all of you. Practically zero chance that he was going to start in net for Vegas in the return to Philadelphia. Like, virtually no chance. Although, who was it the other night that was here? I think it was Bill. It might have been Bill Meltzer on pregame, or it was somebody here last week. Somebody noted that if you're not the starter, they make you available to the media before the game.
Okay.
I think
So
Ant said that.
Was it Ant?
Yeah.
So in theory, that would mean that Carter Hart will be talking to the media pregame on Thursday.
And answer the same questions he's been answering for
So
the year.
what are they really going to
What are they
ask
going to
him?
ask him? I mean, how's it going?
Yeah. I don't know.
Seriously. I mean, what are you going to
What
ask
does it mean to return to Philadelphia? There have been reports that the Flyers were interested in bringing you back. What led to you not wanting to come back to Philadelphia?
Those are the kinds of
Be
questions.
one
we're
of
gonna
something
get.
like that. Yeah.
You know what I'm going to be interested in seeing? I'm going to put this out there real quick. I will be interested to see, of the main media outlets, who is sending multiple people to cover that game on Thursday. Because, like a lot of times when there's a big storyline going on, you have some outlets that'll send a second person. They'll kind of work on a side story. And in the case of like the paper of record, the Philadelphia Inquirer, you would expect a Sealski or a Marcus Hayes to be down there doing like a side column, probably something about Carter Hart. Be interested to see which one of those guys ends up down here. I expect Jackie will probably do the normal game write-up, but I'll be interested to see who's going to be here, who's going to ask the questions, who's going to ask the hard-hitting questions.
Maybe it'll be Ant.
Will it be Ant? Well, in theory, he's supposed to be back, so we'll see. We'll be back tomorrow night. I mean, what a quick turnaround. Three shows in 3 nights. Tomorrow, Chickies and Pete's, Northeast Philly, Roosevelt Boulevard, 6 o'clock. Superfan Eric's going to be there. So come on out. Let's have a blast. Let's talk some puck. You'll also be able to call into the show. I'll have that number available on the screen as well. Until then, this has been the Press Row Show. That's Bundy. That's intern Andrew. Anthony is somewhere down. Do you think Ant's going to come back tan?
No.
Come back burnt?
Well, unless he had his banana hammock on. He might have put his banana hammock on and went to the beach.
What color banana hammock do you think Ant would wear?
Do you think that he was following Schwarbs around today?
Kyle, so glad to see you're back. I knew you'd resign. I knew you'd come back. I knew you wouldn't leave us.
Leader in the clubhouse.
For those dastardly Mets. Do you think how would Schwarber react if he saw Ant running after him in a banana hammock?
I think that he would sign with the Mets.
And on that bombshell, it's time to end. Thank you so very much for watching. Good night.